I think we should set a ground rule. Have a safe word. That way, if we get into a topic we don't want to talk about, we can just eject, and that way we don't like sit here, make Max suffer through another Will Smith segment.
What?
So we have like a nice, what should our safe word be?
I didn't suffer. Just cause
It can be Max's suffering.
Dolphin? Dolphin's always a funny word.
Why is that funny? Dolphins are smart
Agatha?
creatures. Agatha's funny as
sometimes
fuck.
I get wrapped up in the drama of you guys talking.
So like if somebody says, hey, you've been watching that Johnny Depp trial? Somebody can just go, Agatha, and then we don't have to talk about it.
Okay.
We only get one per show. Deal?
One per person per show, though?
Yeah, everybody gets one.
All right, that's fair. So how about that Johnny Depp trial?
Agatha, I don't
Is that
want to
going to
do
be
it.
yours?
I don't want to do it. You're just making me waste it early so you can talk about Elon Musk later, aren't you?
Yep.
The
Strategy, baby.
I will say, though, I had a dog once that anger shit the bed. Like, made eye contact with me and just pooped right in my bed.
Wait, what's it have to... Is that with the Johnny Depp thing?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that part?
No.
You're dragging me back in, and I wasted it. This doesn't count. I get my Agatha back.
All right, that's fine. You can use it on
if
Elon.
I have to describe this. But allegedly, after a party, Johnny Depp even testified that either Amber Heard or one of her friends shit in his bed. Like a revenge anger shit that he woke up with the next morning.
I mean, they both kind of seem like they were pretty toxic. I don't know if it's like one or the other. Because like there was a recording of her just like emotionally manipulating him and like putting him down was like pretty rough. They both seem like bad people.
This is why I went.
That wasn't that bad.
I mean, nobody.
What part of that really made you
I
that
just don't want to
uncomfortable?
speculate on this. Like even the fact that they like angled to put it on TV just feels like they're performing.
Right.
It's gross. The whole thing's.
And they both know how to fucking act.
Imagine if this was just like another couple having these issues, right?
Nobody
and
would
we
give
were
a
just
single
taking this
shit.
level of interest in it.
No.
Dude, the funniest shit I did see today, though, was allegedly Amber Heard is like mirroring Johnny Depp's outfits for the trial, like whatever he wears. The one day she wore like the exact same suit color vest and tie and had the same glasses on as him.
That's the meanest thing you can do to
To
Johnny
get in his
Depp.
head?
Yeah, just to like fuck with him. It was like mirroring his body language, copying his wardrobe, like just to kind of fuck with him. I'm like, God damn, that's really messed up.
All right, hard pivot. Who do you think's better? Johnny Depp at playing guitar in his Hollywood Vampires band, or Jack White at acting?
I haven't seen Jack White act. I've seen Jack Black act.
I haven't heard.
He's pretty good.
I haven't heard Johnny Depp play guitar.
I have to imagine Jack White's a better actor than
You've
Johnny
seen
Depp as a guitarist.
Jack
right?
White act?
He was
What?
Elvis in that Walk Hard movie with what's his name?
John C. Reilly.
John C.
Was he
Reilly.
really?
Yeah, he's
It's
pretty
been a
good
while
in that.
since I watched that.
Have you heard Johnny Depp play guitar?
No, but I can't imagine it's good.
You think
Like,
it's better
what's-
than Ryan Gosling's band?
They have a song. They got a song I like.
They're not bad, actually.
What does Ryan Gosling play? I mean, I know he learned to play piano for that movie, but
What's it called?
what does he play in his
Something
band?
Bones.
Dead Man's Bones?
He plays the bones? He plays the dead man's bones?
They've got a song on there that's pretty good.
They need to do like an actor supergroup. Johnny Depp, Jared Leto.
Keanu.
Yeah, Keanu plays bass. Bruce
be
Willis
fucking
had a
cool.
blues band for a while. So did Steven Seagal.
Oh, I can see Steven having a fucking blues band, dude.
Gosling did vocals, piano, bass, and guitar and keyboards
Wow.
for Dead Man's Bones.
It was like pretty decent. It was like indie.
Was this like before he was acting or?
It's about the same time.
Yeah.
Like 2007, I think, was their
Okay.
record.
Interesting.
Do you see he's going to play Ken in the Barbie movie?
That's perfect. That's so
There's a
perfect.
Barbie movie?
Yeah, which
Oh,
is
man.
disappointing for a number of reasons, but Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach are making it. How did they throw that much money to get these people to make this movie?
I'm sorry. Who is that?
Noah Baumbach did the Meyerowitz Story and was that Marriage Story?
Oh, okay.
With yeah, they make really good movies.
Hmm.
Why are they making a Barbie movie?
It could could be a satire.
I don't know if Mattel's gonna put their name on a satire.
You don't think so? We're like
They need Barbie
a
sales,
lesson
man.
on like superficiality.
Didn't Barbie like fall behind Bratz dolls? Like they need to reestablish their brand. They can't be like making fun of themselves. This isn't gonna be like 21 Jump Street. Margot Robbie's Barbie.
She's really good too. That's
She is, but it seems like a waste to have her play Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It is weird how many toy movies there are when you think about it. We've got like what, 3 Lego movies, Battleship.
G.I. Joe.
Clue wasn't bad. That's probably like the best one, right?
I haven't seen that.
Tim Curry.
What about Jumanji?
Well, that was a movie before it was a game.
Was it really?
Yeah, yeah. There's a movie about a game, but the game didn't exist until the movie came out.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But it wasn't made with the intent to
No,
like
It wasn't like we're going to sell these games as soon as we drop this movie.
Right. Not like that fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that just kind of designed to sell that toy?
Same thing with the...
Was it really?
Yeah.
I think so.
Same thing with Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
The little... It was like Gremlins with toys.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Just skipping right to merchandising.
Yeah.
What do you think's weirder, though? Movies made after toys or movies made after, like, theme park rides?
We're back on the theme parks again, right? I mean, that one's bad, too. I don't know.
Like the Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion has potential. Like, Hot Wheels, what is the story there? J.J. Abrams is making a Hot Wheels movie.
Why is J.J. Abrams doing that?
I don't know.
How much money do they fucking throw at him?
I don't know. We're going to get a big wave of toy movies.
That's
Just
silly.
Getting into a really sweaty, desperate period for Hollywood.
I thought we were already there.
It's getting
With all the remakes of
worse
like
and
80s
worse.
movies and superhero movies that are coming out. Can't they chill? Like
They got to make something.
We're making more content than ever, though, right?
Well, and with like all this shit coming out about Netflix, it kind of seems like maybe the problem is there's too much content. Like there's not enough demand for all the stuff
Mhm.
that's
Right.
out there right now.
With them losing subscribers.
Yeah. It was like the first time in their history. They were down
Yeah.
like 200,000 subscribers.
Right.
But
We're
yeah.
seeing that they were like way overvalued by Wall Street.
Yeah, the
And-
stock plummeted.
And then, I mean, that's just one company. There's so many others. And I mean, part of that is because there are others right now that they're competing with. But it just seems like even if I just had like one service, I probably couldn't get through all the stuff that they're churning out.
No.
Right.
Well, that's the word a lot of people use is like the churn rate. Like how quickly do you go through a show? And like that's the curse of being the oldest one. We were all there for House of Cards. We were all there
Yeah.
for like they're all done. They're winding up. Whereas
Yeah.
Apple's like just getting started with Ted Lasso, Severance. Like they're starting to hit the ground running. There's more
Right.
and more competition. Whereas like Netflix is like barely hanging on to Stranger Things for what 2 more years, and then Bridgerton. Like what else do they
Yeah.
have?
Mhm.
I'm stoked for Ozark, though.
I haven't even got into that one at all.
It's good.
It doesn't feel like baby Breaking Bad.
At first, a little bit, but they're so different. I mean, Jason Bateman doesn't like break bad.
Yeah.
He stays himself the whole time. He's just trying to like figure out a way to like not get his family killed. His family's like a little more in harm's way from the beginning, whereas like Walter kind of just like eases into it.
Well, they're a lot more involved too, right?
Yep.
His son's like the most evil person in the show, from what I remember, right? The little kid.
Kind of. I don't know. He just
I'm-
starts doing some stupid shit.
Yeah.
For
No,
sure.
I remember I was kind of surprised with where they took that character while I was watching it. It took like 2 seasons for him to start like killing people or something.
Killing people.
Wasn't
I don't
that
think he
it?
did that.
Are you thinking of Weeds?
He started laundering-
Am I thinking of Weeds?
That's the other show I think of when I think of Baby Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Huh.
This one,
Yeah.
he starts laundering money on his own computer.
Mhm.
I don't think he killed anybody because of it.
Did he like shoot someone with a rifle? And he's
Maybe
like,
he did to protect his family.
yeah. I don't know, dude.
So 2 different shows for sure.
Weeds is probably the latest I've gotten to a series and just bailed. Like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I probably went like 5-6 seasons and I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm done.
I think I did that with Dexter.
I was
Dexter,
gonna say
yeah.
that was Dexter for me.
I've heard that's
Yeah.
notoriously bad at the end.
I didn't get to the end. I just I remember realizing at a certain point, like, wait a minute, that season was just like the last season.
Yeah.
And then I think I watched another one. I was like, yeah, I did it again. And then I was done after that. That's usually how it works for me. If I can see your formula twice, fool me once, fool me can't fool again.
Yep.
Do you give it like
W.
how much benefit of the doubt do you offer something? Like, do you get a season to work your shit out, or is it like a few episodes and I'm over it if it gets that bad?
I think it depends how long I've been with something.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there was Game of Thrones where like it was clearly getting worse for a while,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And I still watched to the end of that show.
Yeah.
And I think it could have gotten a lot worse and I still would have watched it to the end of that show.
Yeah, right.
But then there's other stuff like, I don't know. I think there's only 2 more episodes of Moon Knight to come out. And man, I've really turned on that show fast.
You
Wow.
turned on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
You still haven't finished a Marvel show, right?
Well, I've finished all of them.
Oh, okay.
I haven't finished one and been like,
Happy
that
about
was that was a perfect, I never really feel like they stick the landing. Some of them they stick less than that.
it. Yeah.
And this is one where there were a lot of people also, I don't know, there's always this like consensus on like film Twitter that I just end up still getting. I'm not even on Twitter, but I know what the consensus is from like the podcasts I listen to and like the articles I read and the general vibe of how people are talking about like a movie or TV show or whatever.
Right.
And that like honestly really frustrates me. I'm trying to just like tune that shit out because I don't like it. I don't like this hive mind thing. Everyone was saying the first episode is good and it goes downhill from there. I was just trying to tune that out, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It goes downhill after the first episode pretty hard. I'm on like 4 episodes or something, and I was super bored. I stopped the last one like twice before getting all the way through it. And like the latter half of that episode actually changes things up a bit and gets more interesting, but I still don't think it's enough for me to even care to watch the next 2 episodes.
Dang, that sucks.
What's the earliest you've bailed on a show?
I don't even know. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
You guys?
For me, there's like a specific instance. I remember thinking like, I grew up with Full House. I'll watch the new show. We'll check it out.
Oh, Fuller?
Yeah. So I don't think I made it to the opening credits of Fuller House before we were like, no,
How
this
did you
is
not
not
make it
it.
to the opening credits?
They're just like...
Was there a cold open before the credits?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
a cold open where they are
was
just
gonna
cramming so much nostalgia down your throat, like force feeding you. Like I had John Stamos' elbow at my teeth, just punching nostalgia down my throat into my soul. I couldn't take it.
Damn. Yeah, I heard it was bad. I think I bailed on Jessica Jones pretty fast for some reason.
Yeah. You were in on the early Marvel stuff. That's supposed to be one of the better, right?
It's supposed to be.
Jessica Jones and Daredevil.
I love Daredevil.
I like both of those. I would say every season of those Netflix Marvel shows was like 3 or 4 episodes too long, even the good ones.
That last Daredevil season for sure, where they tried to get like Elektra in there.
Yeah.
Well, they launched like 2 or 3 spinoffs with that, didn't they? Like Punisher and...
Yeah. That season, they had the first half with Punisher, and if that would have been its own season, it would have been fucking great.
Yeah.
And then they tried to get Elektra in here. It was like, it just felt like 2 different stories. Like all of a sudden, like him and Punisher were like, all right, man, we'll go our separate ways. And that should have been how the season ended.
Do you guys ever rewatch dramas? Like, I don't know if it's just because of like the habit of like sitcoms always being on reruns and like just seeing like Seinfeld and Simpsons and shit. But like, as much as I love Breaking Bad, like I've heard a lot of people say, oh, don't go back and rewatch it because it doesn't hold up. Like, I just don't have any desire to.
I've tried.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, sometimes if I really like a show, I'll try to go back and watch it, but it usually doesn't work. There are shows that I've watched multiple times, but they're always comedy shows. Like The Venture Brothers, I've watched multiple times. Metalocalypse back in the day, I'm sure I watched more than once. More recently, I Think You Should Leave, I've watched more than once.
Yeah.
But those are special cases, I think.
I don't understand why it's just like a comedy thing, but I just realized that the other day when somebody was talking about Breaking Bad. I was like, yeah, I haven't seen an episode since 2012, so there's a chance it hasn't aged well, but I want to believe it's still perfect.
Yeah. I think you can find things funnier more than once, but like in a drama, it's all about like what's going to happen next, and once that's ruined,
right?
It's hard to find it interesting more than once, but I can find The Office funny. Like, and I think You Should Leave funny fucking 15, 20 times.
It's also easier to forget. Like, you're not going to remember every joke in The Office.
Yep.
Well, and there's layers of jokes. Like, there's so many things. Like, because I've rewatched Parks and Rec a lot, and there are so many ongoing jokes that I didn't catch the first time.
For sure.
Yeah. Community is one that rewards rewatching because it's so dense,
I watched the Uncharted movie. You guys want a spoiler for the best scene in the movie?
Yeah.
So they're like trying to get this key to unlock this big, puzzle thing. And they're in Spain and like they're going to this big historical site. And Mark Wahlberg's trying to link up with them. And he's literally in a Papa John's. Like, it's the most blatant like product placement. And they like even like say it. Like, he's on the phone. He's like, have you found the clue yet? He's like, I don't know. I'm in a Papa John's. And it's just it's so bad. Like, there's no way there's Papa John's in Spain, is there?
He probably is.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, like McDonald's, I could
Papa
trust
John's,
is everywhere. It just hasn't taken me out of a movie that hard in a while.
Oh, yeah.
There's the IHOP thing in Superman, Walmart, and Ghostbusters. This is probably the worst.
That's bad.
Did you guys see the lineup announcement for Middle Waves?
Yeah, who's the Young the Giant, right?
Young the Giant and Big Boy.
I don't know who Big Boy is.
Seriously? I don't know who Young the Giant is.
You would know Young the Giant if you heard their songs.
I did. I looked it up to try and know who it was.
No way.
I didn't know who it was. How long have they been around? They just like indie rock dudes, right? I didn't.
Yeah, like I think they started getting big like when indie started really getting big, like right when I graduated high school, like in 11. So yeah, like with Neon
15
Trees
years
and
ago.
those guys. 10.
Just feels like Fort Wayne's always like 10 to 15 years behind on booking stuff like that.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
who's the other?
Well,
Oh,
that's all they can do.
The Three Rivers combo is Quiet Riot and CeeLo Green. I think I'd take that tag team.
Holy shit, that is so strange.
Have you been to any of the middle? Or yeah, we went to MGMT.
Yeah.
Have you been to any of the middle waves, Max?
I had fun.
No.
I got to see Diarrhea Planet too, which I was really stoked on.
Yeah. Didn't you say there's like nobody there for that?
It's like me and 9 people. He like, yeah, he gave me his guitar at one point for something.
It's a bad sign.
And then,
No offense to you.
no,
Did you play a song with them?
I don't remember what happened, but some reason I had his guitar, but I asked him if they're gonna play Separations,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh fuck yeah, we have to," which is our only popular song or something like that. And
That's a closer, dude. Don't spoil it.
they played it like they pointed to me.
it twice.
Like this guy knows this one, and I sang along, and it was awesome. It was cool. Then yeah, I think we left, drank at my place, then went back for MGMT. It's
Yeah.
a bummer though because like everyone was just at the free stages.
I don't know
And
why they do free stages. The whole thing doesn't make sense to me.
It kind of sucks for the artists that like get paid the bigger money to be on the main stage, and like nobody was there throughout the day
Right.
until like 2 hours before MGMT was supposed to go on.
Right,
And it
yeah.
got packed.
Well, I mean, that's the whole concept of a festival. You get everybody into this place at once, get them all the bands. If they have options to leave,
Yeah. Yep.
they don't have to be there until the big band. They won't have to stay.
hmm
But they always just super like front load their lineup anyways. It doesn't feel like they have anyone else besides their headliner.
No, they don't, dude.
Poured all their money into MGMT and Diarrhea Planet. The first year it was just basically a Flaming Lips concert.
I wouldn't say they poured the money in Diarrhea Planet, 'cause shit.
Well, yeah.
9 people. I don't think they poured the money in for that.
They lucked out with Lizzo though, huh? She was the headliner after that. Like the year before she blew
got big, yeah. That is super wild. Dude, honestly, I thought that
$105, 2-day general admission.
I thought
That's insane.
Pine Stock was pretty cool festival when they had that.
That was fun. Yeah.
It was super fun.
Still don't know if I'm ready to go to festivals. Like I see all these lineups come out and I'm like, I don't know that I want to risk being around that many people to see Machine Gun Kelly and Metallica.
Yeah. I've never
Yeah.
been big on festivals
Yeah.
to begin with.
It depends on the festival and who I'm with.
I thought it was weird. Did you guys see Danny Elfman headlined Coachella?
No.
What?
He did like a set, yeah, where he opened up with like the Simpsons theme song and the Batman song.
That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah,
like-
that's fucking cool.
Would you
that
go
is
see
super-
like a composer do a concert like
Yes.
that?
I would much. I think I
100%.
would prefer that.
Yeah?
I'd rather be indoor though,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
with good acoustics.
Something like that at the embassy or whatever. you
Yeah.
know?
I think he sang a couple Nightmare Before Christmas songs. Like it looked pretty sick. I'd go
That's
see a
very
John
cool.
Carpenter set. That'd be tight.
That would be very cool. Yeah.
I mean, you know, to go see Hans Zimmer play.
oh
sure.
yeah.
And he's done a
John
couple
Williams.
before.
Yeah.
I went to go play Top Golf in Indy like a month ago, and we were like, holy fuck, it's not busy at all. Like, this is crazy. And it was because Elton John was playing
Oh yeah.
down there at the Ruoff Music Center.
My parents went to that.
I would have, dude.
My parents were at that concert. They were trying to see him for like 3 years. He kept canceling.
Yeah.
Because he was like sick, and then COVID happened, rescheduled like 3 times, and then they finally saw him.
Do you think he plays any of the Lion King stuff?
No.
Really?
No?
So
Nah.
you think he would?
I would think you gotta sneak Can You Feel the Love Tonight
That's
in
what I'm
there.
saying. Like,
Especially because it's
Oh,
like his
yeah.
farewell tour, right? Like
Oh,
that's
I
a
don't know.
big hit. Like I don't know. If
Hakuna
Phil,
Matata.
I don't think he's gonna play Hakuna
Yeah,
Matata.
no. See, I was thinking of stuff like that, and
Can You Feel the Love Tonight, though? For sure.
Yeah.
he has so much stuff
That's
though.
a
He
big
doesn't need to play like
He doesn't need to. But
anything.
I gotta be honest.
He just stands there.
No, I mean there's not really one thing in particular he needs to play. He just has so much good stuff.
I mean, you gotta
Yeah.
play Rocket Man. There's
There
a
is
few.
the-
Tiny
yeah.
Dancer.
No, that's from the movie.
Saturday.
But I don't think Phil Collins is playing the Tarzan song if you go see him.
But wouldn't you put the Lion King up here a little more than the Tarzan?
Well, yeah, for
Things-
sure.
All right.
But I don't know. I might put seeing Phil Collins up above Elton John. To be
Okay, but I
honest, for
bet
me.
Phil
Serious?
Collins,
Yeah,
Really?
Phil Collins.
he
whoops
probably would
ass.
play the Tarzan theme song. No, he
He
would.
might, but that fucking song's better than the movie. I don't care.
Wait, which one?
The Tarzan song.
Which one? The Come Stop Your Crying, It'll Be All Right.
I gotta be honest. I'm not that deep into the Tarzan soundtrack. I'm just talking about
We
the
had to sing it in choir.
You'll Be in My Arms. Isn't that the big
Yep,
one?
that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
the big one.
Yeah, it is a good one for sure.
I was really bummed. I thought The Fest in Gainesville was going to go all out for their 20th anniversary. Did you see their lineup?
D4's there, right?
No.
What the
Exactly.
fuck?
It's not a fest if Dillinger 4 is
No
there.
kidding.
Or Against Me. Their fucking
Yeah.
headliners are Hot Water Music, Bouncing Souls,
Hot
Suicide
Water, though.
Machines, Anti-Flag, Iron Chic,
You
and
can't
the Ergs.
you can't have a headliner be a band that was able to play the brass rail. The
Well,
Suicide Machines.
Like, none of these
Oh.
guys have put out new records in like 15 years.
Against Me and D4 has to be there.
Yeah, one of the two.
Definitely D4, but Against Me's from Gainesville.
I thought that sounded pretty good.
I just feel like if you're going the nostalgia
Anti-Flag.
route, you gotta like come a little harder than that. Like that When We Were Young
Yeah.
Fest is gonna eat your lunch the weekend before.
Yeah. Oh, is it the weekend before?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's in
Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, neither of those are really places that I want to be.
But I'm also surprised that they don't have any current bands either. Like, you
Like
don't
the
have Jeff-
Messingers?
No,
Like
you don't
they're-
have Menzingers, you don't have Pup, Joyce Manor, Rosenstock. You don't have any of those dudes. If you've been to a fest, you've likely seen Hot Water Music and Bouncing Souls before.
Yeah.
But you could say the same thing about Against Me and Dillinger 4, right?
Probably.
You've seen them if you're finding yourself at a place like that.
Dillinger 4 plays so rarely. Like, that is the
That's the
place
only
to catch
time they
them.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They play Fest and they play the Dillinger 4th of July party in Minneapolis. Like, you have to go to them to see them play.
Yep. Speaking of bands, I listened to your Prince, Daddy and the Hyena.
Yeah. Did you listen to Cosmic Thrill Seekers ever? I gave you that CD to listen to because I loved it so much.
When did you give it to me?
It was our album of the year, 2019, when it was just the blog. I gave you the CD, I think probably like the first or second time we recorded the podcast. But it is so good. It's
I'll
a
have to
perfect
find it.
record.
Is that from
That's a-
them?
Yeah. It was their record they put out before this. But yeah, what'd you think of their new one? Self-titled.
The first song was really cool when his voice actually came in. It was like this like leftover crack,
Yeah,
raspy ass shit, and I loved it. But when he gets out of it, I don't like it as much. And like
You don't like the soft stuff?
some of their dude, I
Should
don't
have
know.
listened to Cosmic Thrill Seekers. That's all yelly.
There are other shit that like after that first song, like even when he goes hard, a lot of the melodies, for some reason in my head, I just kept thinking of the Shins. The structure of the melody itself reminded me of Shins melodies with just like a different voice.
Yeah. It gave me like Brian Wilson Beach Boys vibes. Like especially that opening track.
Oh, the opening track.
Yeah. I think even before this record came out, their first single was Curly Q. And a lot of people were like, oh, so they're getting soft. This sucks. And I like, that's gotta suck to be a band. Like that single came out in December and the album just came out in April. Just to watch people already turn on your record to know like, yeah, pretty much the whole record's soft. So we're gonna lose some fans.
I don't think it was that soft. I mean, he still was like using that growl. I need to listen to Cosmic Thrill Seekers though, because yeah, it was like that leftover crack and None More Black voice
Yeah, for sure.
that I really like.
And Cosmic Thrill Seekers is like a full concept album where every song like plays into the next and there's a lot of repeating melodies, whereas this felt
dope.
very much like a throwback. It reminded me of Insomniac or Nimrod, where it's very much hinges on the singles and there are like some kind of like throwaway tracks here and there.
I got you.
But yeah, The Collector, that first track where he's really going at it, that
Yeah.
one's fucking awesome.
It is.
El Dorado. There are a lot of songs that I really dug, but there are definitely some swings where I didn't think necessarily connected.
After the,
Yeah, there was stuff that didn't work. Like there's like an 8-minute song on there
Yeah.
that doesn't have a lot going for it, and that felt like a miscalculation to me.
And that one, like, kind of even reuses one of the melodies from Cosmic Thrill Seekers, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
kind of odd. So I don't know if it's, like, supposed to be, like, a prelude to that, but I did feel like that was a little strange, especially the length didn't necessarily
Do any
need it.
favors.
Yeah.
No, I think there's some good melodies and stuff. Some of them feel I'm usually not one to like bring this up as a criticism. Did any of the melodies feel like familiar to you guys at all? Like some of them I felt like were from things I had heard before.
yeah, there was this one song, the beginning straight up, I thought it was a Green Day cover.
Yeah.
Up from a song on Shenanigans.
I don't think I ever listened to that one.
But
You know, sometimes you get that just when stuff is good and catchy. And so I don't know if it's fair for me to say that's what's going on. But yeah, sometimes I was like, man, isn't this like already a song? But overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought his voice, like I wouldn't have known that they were like more of like a punk band or whatever before this. And I was enjoying how when it was more dynamic, I like the yelling and when he can just like push it into more of like a scream thing.
yeah,
But I also thought like the falsetto stuff was really nice too. I thought it was cool that he kind of figures out how to have such a dynamic range. I don't really feel like you hear people going from falsetto to screaming and stuff unless you're like Opeth,
Right.
you know. So that's pretty cool. I've definitely also felt like for being more of maybe like a pop punk record, it does some more stuff melodically than what you typically hear from like simpler pop punk bands. So that was nice that like the guitar kind of stretches out and does some riffs and shit like that.
Yeah, they definitely riff it up.
Yeah.
I found myself coming back to it. Like the first time I listened to it, I was pretty let down just because of how much I liked their last record. But
Sure.
I think I have this thing where like it's like an earworm thing where I subconsciously get into the lyrics whether I know it or not. And then the more I read them, the more I get into it. And
Isn't that fucking weird how like somehow like there's this language that you don't understand that like makes you relate to it, and then you're like, oh fuck, this is why I related to it.
Yeah, I very rarely like read the lyrics of a song that I really like and I'm like, oh fuck this, I hate this. It's usually like, oh shit, this is really good.
Yeah.
And like I found that a lot with this, and like there's some really harrowing stuff about his own like battles with like mental health and like checking into a psychiatric ward with that like Keep the Sync On for the Sound song that's on the record, like referencing his own time there. Like, yeah, it just kind of like made me come back to it and kind of peel away more layers the more I listened to it. But
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Definitely enjoyed it the most of the stuff that we've been listening to recently.
It makes me think you didn't like anything else we listened to.
I wouldn't say that. I liked the Pusha T album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Did you listen to Daytona?
Kanye versus
Pharrell?
Yeah.
Did you feel that while you were listening to it, or you think it was like seamlessly done?
Wait, what do you mean?
The production.
I didn't realize it at first until I think I was listening in my car and I saw that was part of the actual album title.
Yeah.
And this was like on my first listen. So yeah, it's kind of, I've been listening to it with that in mind. Do you guys know how to tell if it's one of Pharrell's beats?
I looked it up on Wikipedia.
Okay. Yeah. For some reason I knew that.
Yeah.
And so I caught that too. And I was interested in, I'm always interested in that aspect of things.
I wish that was more publicly accessible.
Oh, that information?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Know.
Like,
yeah.
We finally gotten to the point where we mention producers by name and stuff. I would like to like actually see it on the track. Like, oh, produced by, or you know.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like, it's not like it's nobody. It's fucking Pharrell and Kanye.
Right.
You would think you would want that pointed out on your record.
It's very weird to me as someone who comes from like other genres of music that hip hop is like so centered around the vocalist. I mean, I understand that that's like the main aspect of it, obviously, but like for me, the beat is still like 30 to 40 to like, I don't know, sometimes like 80% of it, of the draw, depending on who it is, if it's like Mad Lib or something.
Well, we're both so into like hardcore and metal, which is like almost the inverse. Like we can both like bands and hate their vocalists.
Oh yeah, you usually do. You know.
Like Metallica, their instrumentation's incredible, but I could care less what happens to James Hetfield. So you didn't feel like a conflict of like, oh, okay, so this is a Pharrell song, this is a Kanye song. Because my initial thought, I guessed some of them wrong. I was like, ooh, this sounds like a Kanye trick. And then I looked it up and was like, oh no, Pharrell did that song.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt pretty good to me. Like there were definitely certain aspects that I felt like I could hear each of them leaning into.
Yeah.
Like it felt like Kanye was getting into some grungy bass stuff on his tracks. Pharrell had some really nice choices with like drum samples and just taking like an overall like softer path. There's some stuff that's very of a time for me.
Yeah.
And some tropes of hip hop that I was kind of hoping had been laid to rest.
Yeah.
Like the chipmunk singing happens in a couple songs.
Yeah, that's a Kanye trademark.
Pitching the sample up. I think Pharrell does it on the record too.
Yeah. I think that's what got me. I was like, oh, this is Kanye.
I was like, both you guys are doing chipmunk singing again? But that's okay. Like, it felt like that kind of album. Pusha T kind of feels like he's trying to remind people of a certain era of hip hop as well.
Yeah.
That he's more of a staple of, and so maybe it's appropriate for the record. It was pretty enjoyable. Not my favorite recent hip hop album, but some of his hooks get a little repetitive, you know? He kind of does like just this 4-bar, and then I'm going to do my chorus a couple times.
He definitely seems to have like hit this lane and kind of just like, I'm going to outlive my peers. Whether or not I have like this big moment, I'm just going to be the dude that's still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and he's still working with top people.
Yeah.
So.
And he's good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's fucking Soldier Boy putting out 4 albums a year that nobody cares about.
Sure.
No, I thought it was good. Like you said, it's a little of its time. It kind of reminded me like the Daytona album he did before this. He did with Kanye back in 2018, I think. And that was when Kanye was doing his like 7-track thing where every album he put out that summer was only 7 songs long. And I feel like if this was 7 songs long, it would have been perfect. Like, I think right around 6 or 7, like right after the Kanye Kid Cudi song, I was like, okay, the rest of these could probably be cut.
There's some bloat. Yeah. There's some stuff that doesn't need to be there.
I mean, his content, I mean, it's all just, I'm a Coke Lord. Like, it's not like, it's not like some significant, like, we've gotten to the point with like Killer Mike and Kendrick Lamar, like actually bringing a little more levity to lyrical content in hip hop. It's definitely maybe a little outdated, but
yeah,
he is really skilled at what he does. I was a little bummed
there
he didn't
are always
do
going to be people that want to hear this type of shit.
The superficial brag rap, and he's
Yeah.
very good at it.
Yeah.
But I did miss the yuck. He did that a lot on the last record.
Oh, yeah.
It was like his punctuation, kind of like Rick Ross does the woof.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he did that a lot. He didn't do that on this one. Instead, he did the Joker giggle, which I thought was way overdone.
Yeah.
Yeah. He tried to like just hijack like the Joaquin Phoenix, Arthur Fleck Joker as like his new persona, and I missed the yuck. That was better. Rick Ross has got the best one, right? With the
I guess.
What are the other ones even? Pitbull? Dale?
What does Pitbull do?
Dale.
Oh, he does.
Oh yeah, he does that too.
Yeah. What's the one you did for Pitbull?
Dale.
He does that.
He does that too.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg for Rizzle, Dizzle, Shizzle. He does all the izzles, right? That's all his.
DMX.
Yeah. He barks.
Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Barks and prays. Lil Jon does the what?
DMX did what a lot too, didn't he?
I think he did.
What?
Yeah, different what though? 2 different whats.
And I got this really distinct way of saying what I'm saying. Billy Woods is still good. I'm still on that quite a bit.
That's awesome.
I've probably been replaying that more than anything.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to be talking about that at the end of the year.
Yeah, that one.
Billy Woods.
Best rapper. You missed it last episode.
You should check that one out.
Really?
Again, from 2019.
Okay.
Prince Daddy and Billy Woods had the 2 best records of the year. And I think so far, I would say they got the 2 best records 2022.
Dang. Okay. What do you guys think of Wilhelm Scream? Not very good.
Yeah. What is that?
The first track sounded like A Day to Remember.
That second track was good, though.
Some of the instrumentals were like, okay, this is a Wilhelm Scream again.
Yeah.
And then
Felt like they were trying some stuff here and there, but
way more pop punk and like the vocals than I remember.
I don't want them to go full propaganda and go into like metal territory, but I don't want them to go poppy. I don't like this. That Figure Eights in My Head song was terrible.
The
That's
King is
worst song they've
Dead
done.
is like that perfect mixture of them that I like.
Ruiner.
So what's your guys' history with this band? Because I pretty much across the board like everything they've done.
Everything, yeah.
The album before this, Party Crasher, not as much as everything else.
That's right. You said Wilhelm Scream was the best concert you ever saw.
We saw them in Ohio. I always forget what city it was because they all start with C's. There were like maybe 20 people there in the back of this small bar.
Yeah.
No stage. Wilhelm Scream just being awesome.
Well, their stuff's so intricate. Like to be able to pull that off live is pretty impressive.
Yeah. I've been a fan of their bassist for a long time. He was in this Canadian band called the Full Blast back in the day. And like I met some of those guys over the years and stuff like that. We were always like listening to them on tour. And you couldn't hear it very well because of the way their records were mixed. But like he is just insane. I mean, if you've listened closely to Wilhelm, you know that as well.
Yeah.
It was nice to hear some of that on this record. Like, I feel like the bass player is showing off some of his musicianship, but
their musicianship's always been amazing. I just didn't really like a
the
lot
guitar
of the
players
vocals
here, though,
sound the
are just like doing power chords and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
they got some weird shit going on sometimes.
They had a couple
Sometimes.
riffs, but yeah.
I guess for them,
I'd say it's like 80% power chords.
Yeah.
Like, that is a huge issue.
This is probably their most tame record instrumentally, I would say.
And it's like not even cool power chords. It's like it's like when you can't think of any. And you're just like, what are the 2 that you do in pop punk? I'm going to do those 2 a lot. That's what they did. It really disappoints me.
Hey, at least it was different for them.
No.
At least it was
No.
different doesn't count. I mean, you took what, 9 years between albums?
Is that really how long it was?
It took a long time
Oh my God.
to come
Yeah.
out with this.
Yeah, you're right then.
You can't just, we're trying something different if you're going to spend 9 years between projects.
We're trying something different by not trying at all.
And where is the singer on this
Yeah.
record? Like, he didn't show up, dude.
Yeah.
He didn't show up at all. And I don't know, maybe something happened. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to talk shit about this band. I love this band.
Right.
I'm just like disappointed in this album. It doesn't sound enthusiastic on their end.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound incredibly enthusiastic, which almost bothers me even more because it's like they don't realize that it's like kind of a bad record.
Yeah.
What if they were so stoked after they did this?
I don't know.
Poor
man.
guys.
I was going to ask, so I put you kind of on the spot last time, but it made me think of it again because Pusha T brought it up like 3 or 4 times in his lyrics. Do you think he's top 5?
Pusha T.
Yeah.
Did you say he was top 5 last week?
No, he did in his own lyrics.
I
Don't you
couldn't
love when they
remember
do
if
that?
you did or
No.
I was like, I don't feel like I should say because I wasn't able to make a top 5. I made
Yeah.
like a top 3, and I think I was putting people in there that I haven't listened to a whole lot. So
Yeah.
it's like, no, I shouldn't. I'm not the person
Dude,
to
Kendrick's new record comes out Friday the 13th
That's
in
gonna
May.
be fucking
Are you
cool.
serious?
He announced it.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that actually.
Yes.
I like his stuff. His stuff is like so different. Just like even like the production of the beats.
You might
It's
feel
so
that
different.
same way about the Billy Woods record.
Really?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's like the variety as some of Kendrick's records. The thesis of that album is really good. Like what it's
Fuck
trying
yeah.
to do. From
Hiding Places.
Okay.
So good.
So you said Pusha T tried to say he was the best rapper?
No, he's
Top
like top 5. I think you missed that last time. I said Billy Wood's the best rapper. I stand by that.
And you still stand by it.
Oh, yeah. I'd say he's 1. Kendrick's 2, pending his new record.
I think Kendrick called himself the best at one point too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like you can argue with that too much.
No, you can't.
Maybe Kanye at one point, but that was probably 8 years ago.
Rapper or producer though, because he
That's
could still
true.
be the best producer.
Yeah.
If you count the things he's done in the past, because you still have to give him credit for those things.
I feel like people do discount him a little bit. Like I've heard a lot of people compare him to like he's kind of like Puff Daddy to like Jay-Z being like the Biggie, and I feel like he's a way better lyricist and vocalist than Puff Daddy ever was.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of stuff where Kanye gets into like a lot grimier content, a lot more personal content than a lot of
Oh, yeah.
rappers do.
Kanye is a very good lyricist for sure.
Pre-Kardashian wedding.
Damn. I don't know. I liked FML. I think
Agatha.
that was after it.
That was perfect.
Dang. Hey,
Yep.
do we get to carry our Agathas over into the next show? If we don't use them.
No, you get a new set.
You built him up.
I don't get a crew.
How long have we been running? The only other
You guys
thing I
got
was going to
anything?
ask is if you guys are into the Arcade Fire at all.
Arcade
I
Fire.
was.
That band?
Yeah.
I was.
So no, you're not into them.
They're
The
still
band.
going. Are all 21 of them still a thing?
I think a few have quit.
I think I used to listen to them.
But the
Yeah.
violinist, the harmonicist, or which one?
Harmonicist.
Which one of them fucking quit?
I don't know.
Wait,
It's like a
What
whole
is it?
orchestra.
what is a harmonicist though?
They. Are you thinking of somebody who harmonizes? No, I meant like the harmonica player.
Did the whole perception change on Arcade Fire when they won Best Record? Was that it? Was it the
Yeah.
Grammys?
So here's what happened. They fucking Arcade Fire got the last live performance slot of the night, and then everyone started walking out of the Grammys while they were playing. It was pretty disrespectful for getting like album of the year.
They had a dress code that one tour. I know that pissed a lot of people off, where they wanted people to like dress formally.
Oh my god.
I think they're good though. I feel like they're of their era. Like they're one of the best indie
They
bands
were.
of the 2000s.
That just made me fucking hate them, I think.
I'm
What you
sorry, I
just
shouldn't
told
have
me
said
about
that.
the dress code thing. I was thinking about that. That's so dumb, dude.
No wonder that's what happened.
That's some
It wasn't
fucking
required.
classist bullshit.
It was requested. Fucking Canadian.
No.
Class is bullshit.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
They're just weird people.
So we've talked about this before. Who do you think like people are going to look back as the band of the 2000s? Does Arcade Fire get a slot in that conversation?
The
Or have they
Killers.
ruined it?
Band of the 2000s.
Yeah.
The
When I saw
Killers.
this in the-
Artist.
When
We'll
I
say
saw
artist,
this,
so it can be
yeah.
rap, too.
When I
The
saw
Killers.
Killers? Killers could probably, yeah.
Nobody acknowledged me.
We got to get like a hand raising system too, along with our Agathas. Like a yes, yes. Go on, Max. You had a point?
No,
No?
If my interjections
got
didn't get
killed.
a
no,
point
we
across.
got to talk about the Killers.
Go
now.
ahead. Elaborate.
Who are they?
Expand
They're
on
the-
the Killers.
Mr. Brightside,
Is that the vocalist? Does he play harmonica? What does he do in the band?
That's the
Mr.
name of the
Brightside.
song.
That's one of their songs.
Yeah, Mr. Brightside, Smile Like You Mean It. I don't know. What's Google say is the biggest bands of the 2000s?
They had a run in the 2000s. I don't care what Google says. I'm asking.
I want to see if I'm onto something. Max, what do you think?
I was trying to remember who the Killers were. Well, I was thinking about it earlier, and the only people that came to mind were like hip hop artists of the 2000s.
Yeah.
Because when I was in middle school, turn on MTV,
Right.
and all I would see is like Missy Elliott
Yeah.
and Jay-Z and DMX. Second time he's come out. Who else? Linkin Park.
I would say Linkin Park deserves to be in
Yeah.
there. Like, they kind of helped guide nu metal away from just stealing rap tropes and actually like progressing it into rock music.
For sure. Trapped, too.
No.
What about Puddle of Mud?
Puddle of Mud, no.
Now we're getting real. I love Puddle of Mud.
Have you seen that? There was like a more recent video of them covering Nirvana, I think.
God.
It was really bad.
You ever my Nirvana Puddle Mud hot take?
Yeah, we don't want to go into that again.
You got really
Agatha.
mad at me. You can't, nope.
God damn it.
I've got mine. I can use it if I need to.
I think the
All right,
White
I'll shut
Stripes
up.
deserve to be in there.
I agree. They just didn't get like as big as like you would call like a band of the decade getting, right?
Probably not.
What about like Maroon 5? Did someone say them
There
yet?
we go. That's actually super good.
Were they the 2000s or was that
Oh,
the
yeah.
teens?
What about the Black Eyed Peas?
Love has taken its toll
On me.
Isn't that them?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's Outcast. That's where Big Boy's
Oh,
from. I never got back to your
Outkast.
answer.
You didn't.
Big Boy is one half of Outcast.
Okay.
But when he comes and plays here, he can't play any Outkast songs because Andre 3000 wrote them all, except for the one half of Speaker Box that Big Boy did. So he'll play, what is that? I Like the Way You Move.
I don't fucking know.
Way you move.
Let me see this list.
Outkast, Eminem, Coldplay,
Coldplay is actually kind of
Kanye,
oh,
U2.
That's fucking the dumbest
Just
shit.
because they
I've
uploaded that
ever
fucking
heard.
record onto everybody's iPod.
Yeah.
System of a Down.
It's tough. Because like
Can we-
every time we come up with a new one, I'm like, oh, that should be the one.
What about like the emo shit sort of game, like My Chemical Romance?
Yeah, they've got to be 2000s.
they're 2000s.
We just need
They
to read
had
off that
consistent hits.
When We Were Young Fest poster. That's all the 2000s. My Chem, Paramore.
What about Dave? Dave?
Dave, bro.
He is,
God.
28. There we go. Dave's on the list. Dream Theater.
Get that off of there. That's stupid.
Franz Ferdinand. What is this list?
Because of their one hit. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Bright Eyes. Bright Eyes deserves to be
Might as
in
well
there.
put Modest Mouse on there then for off
Bright
one
Eyes.
hit.
Modest Mouse is not the same as Franz Ferdinand.
I'm
That's
just saying.
so rude.
What about the Postal Service?
Death Cab.
I was going to say, those
Yeah.
two go hand in hand with me. Death Cab, Dashboard.
Right.
Ew.
Oh, fucking. Did we say Fallout Boy yet?
No.
They probably actually have a case, unfortunately.
Fallout Boy?
Fuck yeah. They put out consistent, really big
case
songs in the
against
2000s.
Fallout Boy.
Ugh.
Sugar We're Going Down.
Yeah. I know they had that one, but
There was another one, I forget the name of it.
I'm on
And a couple of-
that song was awful.
Shit.
Or is that Imagine Dragons?
No. Shit, Imagine Dragons could be like 2010s.
That's
Yeah.
tens.
Unfortunately, that probably is like the best option.
No.
No.
For tens?
Best option is in like, not like the best, but I think it would make the most sense to me.
To encapsulate the 2010s would be Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, they're
Not just-
everywhere. And then people try to emulate that sound.
What about Post Malone?
I would say Kanye and Kendrick are the tens.
I thought Kanye was bigger before the 10s.
I mean, he was in the 2000s. I guess he became like Ego Monster in the tens.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm like very heavily focused on like rock. Yeah,
Yeah, tens, rock, I don't know. Black Keys, maybe?
that's a good one too. But they were short lived too. It was like,
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons is still in like every fucking minivan going to soccer practice.
God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it's a true thing.
Yep.
it is a true thing. All right. You want to do recommendations?
Yeah, after I listened to your recommendations today, this band came on called No Trigger.
Yeah.
Super fucking good. Listen to them.
Any record or song or?
Yeah, Tycoon.
What are they like?
Gainesville soundy,
Oh, yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Rough voice. I like that. I like pop punk bands have like rough voices.
All right, Max, what do you got?
I'll recommend the new season of Atlanta. I got caught up on that show very quickly. It was one of those things where like throughout the day, I would think, I've got Atlanta to watch
Yeah.
tonight. You know, when you're like thinking, what am I going to watch tonight? And then you actually know what that is and you're excited to watch it.
That's a really good feeling.
It rarely happens for me, but
Yeah.
Atlanta did that for me.
That's badass.
for a couple weeks. So that was cool. And I'm enjoying the new season of that.
Is the 4-year gap between season 2 and 3 noticeable? Or since you watched it all together, it was pretty seamless?
Seems fine to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like Donald Glover, the creator, seemed kind of like he was prepared for criticism of this season.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not on Twitter. I don't know if that's actually happening or not. But
yeah, he's
like I can see how it's different in some ways from the earlier ones, but it still feels like a very good show to me. So
yeah.
so far I'm enjoying it.
Is he still making music?
Yeah, I think he said he was done, but now he's like, I'm working on the best stuff of my career.
Yeah.
So you know how it goes. But yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot. I'm very fickle with TV shows. Like I think, was it last time I recommended Tokyo Vice?
Yeah.
Redacted. Retracted.
Yeah.
Take it off your DVR. Record over that on your VCR tape. You don't need to watch Tokyo Vice.
What happened?
I just got really boring.
Yeah.
It's just like,
That
I don't
sucks.
know.
I have a very finite amount of attention I can give to cop shows, and I'm saving it right now for that Andrew Garfield show, that Under the Banner of Heaven. I think that looks pretty good. And then David Simon, the creator of The Wire, has a new show coming out called We Own the City. I think he collaborated with the same reporter that he made The Wire with, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, I got into Tokyo Vice because Michael Mann's name was attached to it, and he directed the first episode and stuff. It started off interesting and having a good setup. I've definitely realized that I don't like Ansel Elgort over the course of the series. I don't think he's a very charismatic performer.
Yeah.
I don't think he's someone that can carry a series. The series isn't really asking him to carry it, but when he shows up, I'm not interested in this person.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's another series you bailed on.
Yeah.
Dang.
One more episode. So I think this one, I'll just go ahead and watch the last episode.
Oh, there's only one left.
Yeah.
What
I'm
are
just
your
gonna-
suggestions, Ryan?
Yeah. What do you got?
I'm recommending
Agatha.